earth, and there's going to be no more death. You know what's going to happen? I shall not steal. I shall not bear false witness against my neighbor. I shall not commit adultery. I shall not covet. In other words, every one of those 10 commandments that God says, He didn't say you better not do them. He said, thou shalt not do them. In other words, it's going to happen one of these days when I get a new body, and He's going to put His law in my inward parts. And yes, I will live forever and shall never, ever again lie, steal, hate somebody, commit murder, lust after somebody, committing adultery. I shall never again dishonor my mother and father. Never going to happen again. So I just want to throw that in there. The word shout, God said it's going to happen. Thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. It's going to happen. These 7 nations, they were not quite defeated by Joshua and his armies in those days. Didn't quite happen back then. But it's going to happen in the future. Remember, these things are given to us for examples, unto whom the ends of the world are come. So in 1 Chronicles 19, here's a type of it. Here's a picture. It was told David, and he gathered all Israel and passed over Jordan and came upon them and set the battle in array against them. So when David had put the battle in array against the Syrians, and they fought with him, but the Syrians fled before Israel, and David slew of the Syrians 7,000 men which fought in chariots. We know what those are. We talked about those earlier. The chariots are basically angels. They represent fallen angels. And these 7 spirits, these 7 abominations, these 7,000 men, and by the way, 7,000, think about that. A day with the Lord, that there are 7 days, and a day with the Lord is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years with one day. These 7,000 men represent when this is going to take place. So again, we're seeing that God is going to defeat the 7 heads, the 7 heads of the beast, 7 heads of the dragon, the 7 abominations, the 7 spirits of Antichrist. He's going to defeat them one of these days. Notice back in Joshua chapter 6, you have 7 priests bearing 7 trumpets, and they blow 7 times, and the city shall fall down flat. What city is that? It's Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. You look in the book of Revelation, you see a lamb standing there having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God. And he opens the book with 7 seals. 7 seals to defeat the 7 nations and the principalities and the spirits of the Antichrist. You have the 7 trumpets being blown, the 7 angels that are going to pour out the vials of wrath upon the earth. It's all going to happen. And then one of these days, when 7,000 years have expired on planet Earth, on the 7th day, here's how God's going to end all of it. And it won't be with a 7-headed beast sitting on God's throne, I guarantee you. And when the 1,000 years are expired, this is the 7th day, the 7th millennium, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the 4 quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. And they went upon the breadth of the earth, and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city, and fire came down from God out of heaven, and devoured them. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and forever. And I know I'm better than to add words to the Bible, but I want to put on there the end. Or wait a minute. Now a new beginning. Because God is going to do with this number 7 exactly. He's going to finish these guys. The 7 nations, the 7 heads of the beast, the 7 abominations. He's going to finish them at the end of the 7th day. And they're all going to be gone. It's all going to be over with. In the new heaven and new earth, there is no devil. There's no beast. There is no sin, there's no death, there's no sorrow, there is no 7 abominations, nothing. Nothing but the 7 candlesticks, the 7 spirits of God. The beauty and the perfection of God's kingdom as it was always intended to be, coming soon. About 1,000 years from now. But He's going to start everything with 7 seals, 7 trumpets, 7 vials. Get ready for it. Are you ready for the end of the world? I hope you are. This is Pastor Mike. I appreciate you. Hope you've learned something from all this. It's a pleasure teaching this because I love to uncover mysteries that are in the Bible. And I hope you were blessed by it. Well, I hope you're learning something so that the next time you're sitting in a church service or a conference and they start talking about the 7 layers and the 7 levels and the 7 steps, maybe you'll step back from that and say, I don't know if that's from God or not. And then go ask God. All right? God bless you. I love you. We will see you the next time. Bye-bye.